comment on Instagram and I want to use it to hopefully shed some perspective. It's really expensive to travel in the US alone, much less abroad, and most of the time people are busy paying for healthcare and using their sick days at work to use for vacation because they don't have guaranteed vacation days every year. The US is also massive, so let's say somebody does have the ability to travel in the US, they might live 4 hours away from their nearest airport, and it's a regional airport, so if they did want to travel to, let's say, Europe, they've got to connect planes 1-2 times. On top of that, a lot of people don't even have passports in the US because the idea of traveling internationally and having the ability to travel internationally is just not something that is in their wheelhouse. Because of that, I find that they're the most curious to learn about other cultures, even if it's through a phone screen, because they might not ever have the privilege to be able to travel abroad. And I'm so grateful that I get to provide that for them. To me, the people that I find the most critical, and this is just me coming as a travel content creator that creates videos on the differences and beauty of culture differences, are non-Americans. And it typically comes from a place of not understanding why I would make a video on something because it's normal to them. And then it becomes aimed at Americans for not knowing something previously. Instead of celebrating somebody for asking a question and wanting to learn more about a different culture, it turns into, how could you not know that? You're so uncultured. Americans are so dumb. Always. The amount of comments I get a day saying that, it's sad. I think for the people saying, Google is free, they should already learn this in school, they should be learning this, they should be studying this. Knowledge is also a privilege. We aren't born knowing everything, and unfortunately we can't choose what's taught to us in school either. There's a zillion ways to learn. Google is one of them, but so is TikTok, so is Instagram, so is social media and books and podcasts and whatever floats your boat. And I think the thing that makes me so sad about seeing these comments and seeing these videos on here is that we've forgotten that travel is a luxury. Travel is a privilege for many North Americans. And instead of celebrating somebody for asking a question, for wanting to learn about a different culture, for wanting to learn about life that is different than how they're used to, we tear them down. We call them stupid. And you know what happens when that happens? People will eventually stop asking questions. And that is a really dangerous thing. Anyway, this kind of turned into a rant, but I think it's important to remember that if you see somebody making a video about their culture, another culture, or culture difference in general, and you think that it's normal, check yourself. Because it's probably not normal to other people. And if you take away that person's opportunity to be educated and to learn about something new, you're not on the right side. We're all humans on this planet, and even though we might have different ways of doing life, we all want the same thing at the end. Help each other, educate each other with kindness and respect. That's why we're all here.